What if I told you that restoring one of the North East's most iconic landmarks has turned out to be twice as complicated as engineers first expected? Today we're back on the banks of the River Tyne for the latest Tyne Bridge restoration update for March 2026, and since my last update in November 2025, a lot has changed. Engineers have now discovered more than double the number of repairs originally expected. Some sections of the bridge have finally been uncovered, and we're now starting to see the famous holly bush green colour return. So in this video we're going to take a look at the latest progress, what's been discovered during the restoration so far, and what happens next as this historic bridge moves closer to its 100th anniversary in 2028. Welcome back to 55 Degrees North, the channel where we explore major developments, regeneration and infrastructure projects across the North East. The Tyne Bridge, which connects Newcastle and Gateshead, first opened in 1928. For nearly a century it's carried millions of vehicles across the River Tyne and become one of the most recognisable landmarks in the UK. But after 100 years of constant use and exposure to the elements, the structure now needs major refurbishment to ensure it remains safe and operational for decades to come. That's why a huge £38.9 million restoration project is currently underway. The work is scheduled to continue until summer 2028, perfectly timed for the bridge's centenary celebrations in October 2028. When restoration first began in 2024, engineers estimated that around 1,000 separate repairs would be needed across the structure. These included repairs to steelwork, concrete and masonry, drainage systems, waterproofing, bridge joints, parapets and a full repaint of the entire bridge. However, nearly 2 years into the project, that estimate has increased dramatically. Engineers have now identified more than 2,000 repairs. The reason? Once contractors were able to fully access the bridge and carry out cleaning and grit blasting, many hidden issues were revealed that simply couldn't be detected during earlier inspections. Despite the discovery, Newcastle City Council says that the necessary repairs have now been identified and the work can still be completed within the existing funding package. One of the most significant milestones recently completed is the restoration work within the scaffolding above the Newcastle quayside. The underdeck arch next to the Newcastle Tower has now been fully grit blasted, removing almost 100 years of built-up paint layers. Once the steel structure was exposed, engineers carried out detailed inspections. During this phase alone, crews completed more than 350 steel repairs and replaced 1,200 original rivets. These rivets are a key part of the bridge's historic construction, so replacing them helps maintain both the structural strength and the historical authenticity of the bridge. With the structural repairs complete in these sections, workers have now applied a specialist three-coat paint system. This modern coating is designed to protect the steel structure from corrosion and harsh weather conditions for up to 30 years. And as the encapsulated scaffolding is gradually removed, something really exciting is happening. For the first time in years, the public are beginning to see the return of the bridge's famous colour, holly bush green. Because the Tyne Bridge is a Grade 2 listed structure, the restoration team had to carefully match the original historic shade used on the bridge. The result is a colour that looks historically authentic while still benefiting from modern protective coatings. So far, around 25% of the entire bridge has now been repaired and repainted. For a project of this scale, reaching the quarter complete milestone is a major achievement. With this phase complete, engineers are now moving on to the next stage of the restoration. This will involve installing specialist scaffolding systems known as up and overs. These structures run from the underdeck of the bridge up the sides of the arch and over the parapet onto the footway. This allows engineers to safely access parts of the bridge that would otherwise be extremely difficult to reach. From there, crews will continue repairing and repainting elements such as the screen plates and parapets. Despite the discovery of hundreds of additional repairs, this project is still on schedule. Contractors have increased resources and workforce on site, helping maintain progress across the restoration programme. And the ultimate goal remains the same: to have the Tyne Bridge fully restored and ready to celebrate its 100th anniversary in 2028. Once complete, this major refurbishment will ensure the bridge continues to stand proudly over the River Tyne for many decades to come. Despite the scale of the project, the goal has always been to keep the Tyne Bridge accessible during the restoration. As part of the latest phase, a temporary pedestrian tunnel has been built along the east footway of the bridge. This covered walkway allows pedestrians to safely cross the bridge while restoration work continues above them. Over the coming years, scaffolding will gradually move further up the bridge's iconic steel arch as the different sections are repaired. Across the entire programme, there will be around 20 separate phases of work, with each section fully enclosed to allow grit blasting, structural repairs, inspections and repainting. Like many large construction projects, the Tyne Bridge restoration has also been affected by rising industry costs. Because of this, some planned repairs have been removed from the current scope of work. These include concrete repairs and cleaning of the Tyne Bridge towers, repainting some approach spans and repairs to parts of the bridge abutments. However, councils say these works haven't been cancelled permanently and they may be completed as part of a future maintenance programme when funding becomes available. That's it for this March 2026 Tyne Bridge restoration update. If you've been past the bridge recently, let me know what you think of the progress so far in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to 55 Degrees North. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you don't miss future updates and videos from around the northeast. A massive thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, right here on 55 Degrees North.